Hi everyone. So today I have an amazing video. This is going to be the ultimate coding battle between Qwen 2.5 Max, o3-mini and DeepSeek R1. Now the interesting part is all of them are actually free. You can use them for free. The only reason I am using Perplexity is because there are no limits for o3-mini, and for DeepSeek R1 you can actually use the same model on their own platform, but there are two advantages in Perplexity. First, you can see the server is busy, please try again later. This is being shown to me. This is the original version hosted in China. Now the Perplexity DeepSeek R1, it is hosted in US. So basically because the model was open source, they took it, they hosted it in US. So there is the servers are more reliable, but the LLM model is completely same. That is why I'm using it, but you can obviously use their own platform. And all of these are free. So we are going to check for coding, and for coding you can see I have chosen Python expert level, right? We'll randomly take questions and we'll take the output from all of these models and check it whether it is correct or not. So let's choose a random one. Level order traversal. Let's take this. Given a binary search tree implementation, complete the traverse function which is present in BST class. Here you have to perform the level order traversal on BST, which is another term for breadth first traversal. I'll copy this completely, right? And then I'll paste it here. One thing I've seen is that it is better if you put no comments, because what happens is that sometimes in the comments there is some kind of an error when we are going to check this particular answer here. So I just like to do this, and I'll copy it and I'll give the same prompt to all of this. So this is to O3 and this is to R1 model, right? And we can see I have noticed that the R1 is the longest, it takes the longest time. So the Qwen has almost finished it, and we do not need the example, we already have the code. So I'll go here to code and I'll copy paste it, right? And I'll check. You see that the tests are pass, and this was for Qwen. Now I'll just reset the code, and this is for o3-mini. So I'll come here and you can see it here. Check. So due to some reason it did not work. And one thing you have to remember is that I am going to copy paste it as it is and then see whether it is being passed or failed. The reason is because I am going to check this on with keeping this in mind that the person who would be using does not know anything about coding, whether these LLM models can make a complete non-programmer into a programmer. And that is what I'm trying. Most of the times you'll see these errors are very silly, and you can make a very normal change to fix the issue, but that is not our case here. That is not what we are looking for. So now I'll copy the R1, and here I'm going to check it. So see, it is not working, and here you can see should be equal to. Now just for this sake I'll provide this error here, and let's see if it can fix. I'll give the same thing to o3-mini as well, just to check whether it can understand what is the issue. And we already have the o3-mini. So I'll try it again. So yeah, o3-mini fixed everything. Whatever the issue was, o3-mini fixed it. Now let's see about DeepSeek. DeepSeek is still running. So this is one thing, is that the reasoning is very lengthy, and it is a good thing, but again, like, it takes a lot of time. Now we got the answer from R1, and I'll copy that, but I'll just want you to show how much long this reasoning was, and it took a lot of time, you can see. And let's see whether it works or not. So I'll again reset the code and let's check. So you can see there is another error. So not only just that it takes longer time than o3-mini, the R1, it also gave us wrong output. Now it can be a silly mistake, it can be fixed, but again, I have tried 2 times and that is more than enough, because o3 was able to fix it. Now let's go back and try something else. So almost uniform sequence, let's try this. Find the length of the longest subsequence of the 2 distinct numbers whose difference is 1. A subsequence can be made by deleting any numbers in between, right? And we'll copy till this much. Again, it goes here, Qwen, and then we have o3-mini, and then we have R1. We already have Qwen, so I'll just copy this and let's see what happens. So you can see that Qwen is pretty good. Not only it is fast, it is also good. Like, it is giving us the Python code and then it is still like explaining. That is a different thing. It is going on and explaining the complexity and everything, but we are getting the code early. Now we have the o3-mini. So I'll copy, I'll reset the code and let's check it. o3-mini has passed. And you can see that DeepSeek is still going on. So I'll come back once this is complete. So we have got an output, and this is the solution code that DeepSeek has provided. So I'll also try it, reset the code. I'll paste it here and check. So all 3 of them have passed. And if you think about it, it is pretty interesting because we are working on the expert level. And let's try something else. Minesweeper number of neighboring mines. Create a function that takes a list representation of Minesweeper board and returns another board where the value of each cell is the amount of its neighboring mines. Here you can see these are the examples. If you want to read the questions properly, you can just pause the video and go through it. And if you are a coder, you can also try out these codes as well and understand what is the approach being taken by the LLM models. So I'll copy all of these. Now we do not need this last line, so I'll copy till here. And firstly to Qwen, secondly to o3-mini, and then R1. So we have got the Qwen, and let's go to code, check. So Minesweeper numbers is not defined, okay. So the Qwen gave us an error. Let's try it with what we have got here. This is the one. So here I think the name Minesweeper numbers is not defined. This is probably something related to this, right? So Again, I'm not gonna change it. Let's see as it is what the output is and whether it is working or not. So this is for o3-mini. This was for o3-mini. Index out of range. None of them worked. And DeepSeek is still going on. So till the time DeepSeek is going on, we can copy this and see whether o3-mini can fix itself and Qwen can fix itself. So I gave this. Okay, so we have got the corrected code from o3-mini and just try it out. So, okay, it does not work, so we are not gonna waste that much time. And just to be fair, I'll give the same one extra chance. Let me see what the error was. So I'll copy this. I'll give it to Qwen and let's see. So it is generating. I think we need to change this much, so I'll go here. That's done and let's check. Okay, so Qwen was able to fix it. It was just a naming issue. O3, I gave it the error and it was not able to fix it directly. Now we have DeepSeek and we have not tried DeepSeek yet. So I'll copy it and sorry, let's reset the code. I'll paste it here and then check. Okay, so this is the thing, like we have to use this particular name. Let's check. Yeah, so DeepSeek and Qwen were able to do this completely and o3-mini did not. So it was not able to fix even if when I gave it the error. Now let's come back. Another thing that we can try is that let's take a particular coding language that is not Python, because most of the times these LLM models will be very good at Python. Let's take Ruby, and in expert level we have to mention it specifically and let's see what happens. So let's take, in expert level, let's take sum of digits, create a function that takes a range of numbers and returns the sum of each digit from start to stop. Now one thing you have to mention is that when we are using this, right, we would write code in Ruby, and I'll just copy it and provide the same thing to o3-mini and DeepSeek. So we have that, and let's check for Qwen. Undefined sum. Okay, so it did not work, and I'll just give the error because it is Ruby. Let's check that whether Qwen can fix itself or not. So we have a different output, and let's try this. So the test passed, but then the process was terminated. It took longer than 12,000 milliseconds to complete. So okay, I guess with 1 or 2 tries, Qwen will be able to complete it. Now let's see what o3-mini and DeepSeek have given us. So let's try with the DeepSeek one. So DeepSeek, it has passed. So I guess when it comes to Ruby or another languages, the dataset which DeepSeek was trained on, and also the reasoning, the long reasoning that goes on, you can see the reasoning here as well. Like this extensive reasoning is actually helping it to give better codes when it comes to stuff which is a little bit more uncommon. And let's see what about o3-mini. So for some reason o3-mini has not given us any output till now. I'll check in a second. Okay, so we also have the code from o3-mini. So we'll just provide that here. I'll reset the code. I'll provide that here. And sometimes these things create an error, but I'll just run and we'll see. So digit sum, undefined method sum, and let's see, just because we gave Qwen a chance, we'll see if we can fix that. So I'll give this to o3-mini and let's see if it can fix itself. Sometimes I have seen is that when the output will be generated, these things can create some kind of an error, right? So this is not for this case because you can see it is clearly mentioned digit sum, undefined method. But sometimes when there is the error would have something like UTF error, and removing these can help it. And coming back, we see, okay, so updated version. Let's check. So it has been 2 times and it was not fixed. So obviously O3 is not providing good results when it comes to Ruby. So one thing that we can understand here is that the issue is O3 is fast, pretty fast, but it does not perform very well when it comes to uncommon either coding problems or languages. Now, in my particular opinion, Qwen 2.5 Max feels the best when it comes to a balance between accuracy and speed. But if we are looking for something which is very which does extensive reasoning, so obviously DeepSeek still I feel is the best when it comes to reasoning. You can see the process it goes through, it is very lengthy, very extensive, and when you have different programming languages or something which is uncommon, this reasoning can help it out. So Python codes are included way more in the datasets than any other programming language. So Python and JavaScript are so common. All of these can be all of these particular LLM would perform good, but when it comes to something like Ruby or newer languages, I think the reasoning will help you out. So just take a look at it. All of these three are free. You can use it, all of these three, to understand which one works best for you or the role that you are supposed to be using these for. So that's it. If you have any kind of doubt or questions or anything, so let me know in the comment section below and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. Thank you.